First and foremost, I would like to congratulate you because by you clicking on this video, I can tell that you realize that the only way you're going to grow your wedding video production company is by outsourcing some of the responsibilities that come with filming and editing these weddings. However, the purpose of me making this video as it pertains to outsourcing the video editing of wedding films is to get you to consider a few things before you decide to try to hire an editor, especially if it's somebody that's like brand new and you just don't know them from a can of paint. My goal with this video is to prevent you from having to go through what I went through in my first experience trying to outsource my editing, because 2 months ago, I hired a wedding video editing company to edit a wedding film for me, which I had very high hopes for, but it turned out to be a complete disaster. So in this video, I'm gonna go through that complete story, which is rather brief, and I'm actually gonna show you some finished clips, which I think were finished clips of the wedding film that they gave me. And I'm also going to show you clips of what I made when I had to re-edit that entire wedding, because what they gave me honestly was trash. It was unusable. If I would have provided that to the client, it would have literally ruined my business. So just to let you know, I'm gonna give you the brief backstory of why I outsourced in the first place. I'm gonna show you the clips of what they put together, the clips that I revised and I put together, and I'm gonna have you be the judge to see which one is better. Then I'm gonna just get into some considerations that you need to take into account before you hire anyone or any company to edit your wedding films. Let's go. So it is currently June 28th. From February 5th, which was my first wedding of the year, until now, I have filmed 11 weddings, and I actually have one tomorrow on the 29th. But just so you know, I have filmed 11 weddings since February the 5th, and I was, into my flow, and weddings isn't the only thing I film either. So in addition to those 11 weddings, I have other contracts and other people that I work with and do other shows and other gigs and things like that. So, but we're just talking about the weddings I did. I've done 11 weddings and I had a real good pace going, but around April, I really fell behind on like all my edits completely. So it was this one couple that I worked with in particular that they had a beautiful wedding, and I was telling myself like, dag, like it would be really beneficial if I was to hire someone or a company to like edit their wedding video, because I really want to make sure that I can give them like the best product, because they tipped me well and it was just a all around like great experience. I made them feel really good with my on set, my wedding day approach to how I shot it. And I just wanted to, drive it home and give them a great product. But then along the way, once I kind of was like frustrated with my other jobs and other life things, I started to think like, hey, maybe it would benefit me more to outsource that wedding, because I feel like the kind of busy, frustrated state that I was in, maybe I'm not going to be able to give them the product that they deserve. So it will make sense to me, or it made sense to me, to outsource that wedding in particular, because I felt as though that, they would get a better product by me doing so. Now, mind you, this is all things that are just going on through my head. So it's a YouTuber. I'm not going to name his name because I'm not going to try to, throw salt or disrespect anybody, but a YouTuber that's very known in the wedding space out of the blue makes this video that I watch about, the same thing, outsourcing your wedding films, and he actually recommends a company. So I'm just thinking like, dang, that was already on my radar. That was already in my head. Like, let me check this company out. So, I reached out to the company. I was on the fence with it for maybe a couple of weeks, which I, probably should have just went ahead and did it. But maybe a whole month passed. I hadn't even started editing it because I was so busy after the wedding day. The whole month passed. I finally reached out to this company and I'm like, hey, I need to get this wedding film edited. It's been about 5 weeks since I shot it, and their turnaround time was 2 weeks, between the 2 and 3 week mark. So I'm like, that's perfect. That would put me right at the 8 weeks that I, quoted the client as it would be the maximum time it would take to edit. 6 to 8 weeks is my time frame. So I'm like, that's perfect, So I got the whole process started and then I was on my way. And mind you, I don't want to just gloss over the part that, the company was recommended by a very well-known wedding filmmaker in the industry, because to be honest with you, I'm the type of person, I'm real skeptical about just having anybody do anything. But that guy recommending them, it just made me feel that, you know, this is a safe bet. Let's get it. So I went through their whole onboarding process, and they had like a real nice interface. It's like everything was making me feel like, yes, this is the best decision I could have made. You know, there was a section where I had to explain exactly what I wanted in the wedding film, and I'm just like, this is perfect. Like, I can literally just kind of be like the, not the director, but like the you know, the writer. I can literally write my story based on the footage that I know I filmed, and they're just going to put it together, and they're, you know, everything's looking professional. It was recommended by this guy, so I'm just like, man, shoot, if this works out, then I'm really about to be pumping these weddings out, and I can just literally cut myself out as an editor, and then they'll be my editor, and then just, you know, more weddings, and just the ecosystem is built. So I provided them all of my footage, which I had to upload online. It took a long time. I wasn't really tripping about that because I felt that they were saving me from like myself, you know, all the procrastination I did. And I felt like this was about to just work out great. So I'm about to show you the footage that they provided me. Now the footage, the entire film that they gave me was an hour long. And I'm not going to show a whole hour of footage. It's literally about like 3 to 4 minutes. So just to let you know, the way I told them I wanted the film to be was based on what the clients told me. They told me they wanted it to start with like 20 to 30 seconds of just them, you know, no real dialogue, then kind of get into like some of the dialogue. And mind you, this couple did a first touch. They did their own vows, which is good to use in editing. It was like a lot of moments before the ceremony. They both did letter readings. So there was a whole bunch of like audio and unique moments to tie into what was going on. So pretty much the way the company did the wedding, and the way I ended up doing it myself when I redid it, was I kind of used, you know, those moments of the getting ready with the audio, and, you know, kind of showed everything leading up into the ceremony. So the video I'm about to show you that the company gave me is the clips of everything kind of leading up to the ceremony. It's about between 3 and 4 minutes long. And then after I show you that, I will get into how terrible it was and how I had to redo it. So here we go. All right, real quick, this is editor Marbu from the future. So just to let you know, for some reason, when I screen recorded this video from the company's website, it didn't pick up any sound, and I almost scrapped this whole video just because of that fact, because you really won't get the like full sense of how terrible this video is, but it still looks horrible. But I really wanted you to hear the music in the audio, but I'm gonna play it anyway. Here we go. Now, number one, this opening shot, I really would never pick this as an opening shot. I almost didn't even use this myself. And you can see that the warp stabilizer, you can see this the way that the colors are inconsistent. This is supposed to be color graded. The first 3 clips don't even match. For some reason, the footage looks extra warpy, and the way it's just moving. I mean, the couple told me to start off with clips of just them. Why are we seeing people getting ready? Like, what, 10 seconds in? You know what I mean? And it's just like the audio and the music did not match at all. I don't know. The footage looks dead. Like there is no saturation whatsoever. It's just a boring wedding film, and I really wish you can hear it. Now, one thing, when I did screen record it, it didn't look as choppy as it's looking. I don't know what's going on with that. It did play back normal, but again, it still just looks terrible. We don't see the couple together like at all. Like there is no cohesive story. There is no like uniformity between clips and the color. And it just looks like it looks super shaky. Now that, I don't know what they did to make all the clips look as shaky, like, you know, and warpy. Maybe they just applied like warp stabilizer to everything, because it just looks terrible. And when I play the one that I re-edited, it almost doesn't even look like the same video, like the same footage. I mean, it looks like the same footage, but it's just night and day between who edited it. But as you can see, they did incorporate some of the letter reading, you know, the getting ready clips. Like I said, they're, you know, not bad. Of course, I shot them, but just the way that they were formatted along with the music. And I really wish you could hear how the audio sounded. It's like this was clearly not edited by a professional. You saw the cameraman's flash in there. It's like some of the clips that they even picked. It's just like, come on, man. Like, again, that's something that you got to consider when you're hiring somebody else to edit something. The, you know, even minute like details of just things that you would like make sure, like even if you recorded something and like I said, the camera guy's flash, the photographer's flash was in there, like you should have known to crop that out or just not even use that clip. Again, just the color of this video just looks horrible to me. The warpiness, like I can't. So like I said, we're about, what, 2.5 minutes, and I didn't even use this clip in my video. They finally show where we're at. We've been here for 2 minutes. Why we care where we're at all of a sudden? Again, you know, more clips. This was just the seating arrangements. This was a shot I didn't even use. I mean, to be honest with you, the venue was nice, but at the same time, there wasn't a whole lot of, like, you know, nice scenery to capture. It was raining outside, so I didn't get a lot of detailed shots that I would want to get. But in any event, so pretty much here it is in the video, and you'll hear me explain when I'm explaining about how the rest of the video went. So from here, all they did was play the ceremony full out, like from start to finish, and the reception from start to finish, and 1 to 2 minutes of dancing, and that's the video I paid for. I really wish you could have heard the whole thing. I don't know where to start. That was horrible. That was just terrible. The music choice. What was that? I mean, I understand. They even asked me, they said, hey, do you want us to use, you know, Music Bed because copyright and all this stuff? I get all that, but the song was terrible. I felt nothing from that. The color of the video, it wasn't, I gave it to them at S-Log, so it was a flat picture profile. So I guess they attempted to color the video. Horrible. The editing of the audio, everything was just, when I saw that, like my heart just dropped. I was like, oh my gosh. And mind you, I didn't even mention the price. So the price for the tier that first of all, I promised the couple a 30-minute video. This company, once you get to the 20-minute zone, the 20 to 60-minute wedding videos are about like $5.99. But I had a coupon from the guy who recommended it because he was sponsored, of course, you know, money grab. And then for the first edit they do for you, you only pay half and half. So I ended up paying $351 as a deposit for them to provide me with that crap that you just watched. And mind you, literally after what I just showed you, it was only the full ceremony and then the full reception, like straight on. Like there was no unique like perspectives, no like parts rearranged to make it you know, just more interesting. It was literally boom, straight ceremony, straight reception. A little bit, it was literally like 1 minute of dancing and then they walk out, that's it. I was like, what have I done to myself? So by this time I got the video back, I was even more stressed out than I was before I hired the people. It was terrible. But what I'm about to do right now is show you just the beginning portion because, you know, the same playbook applies. I wanted the video, you know, the same way I explained it, the client wanted it. So I'm about to show you how I redid the intro leading up to the ceremony. Check out how I redid the video myself, and please let me know what you think in the comments below.
To my groom on our wedding day. We finally made it. I know we want this day to be perfect. It will be in our own perfect way. Remember our motto, just breathe.
Good morning, sweetheart. Our wedding day is finally here. I'm so excited to experience this moment with you. I know you're probably still putting together last minute things to make sure everything is absolutely perfect. But please take a second to breathe and soak it all in.
Know that we still intertwine and are feeling the same way. Twin, where have you been? Please know and be assured that I will be meeting you at the end of that aisle to say our I do's and I wills.
You deserve to enjoy every single second of it, and I praise everything you wish to will be. I love you so much and can't wait to do life with you. See you at the altar.
After 300 plus days, it's finally here and we deserve it.
Until the rainbow burns the stars out in the sky. Until
Oh, you look so pretty. Tyrese. Oh my gosh, you're beautiful. That's a pretty necklace too. We're princesses. How do you feel?
Never did this.
Yeah. Me either.
Different.
Her acceptance is the way. Hey. Did you know that love a guarantee to last through forever?
Nobody can make it like you.
And the seasons know exactly.
Y'all ready?
Oh, man.
This kindness knows no shame. Know through all your joy and pain.
All right, so I didn't even get halfway into the thing, and it says happy 0th anniversary. What? So it says when you come here, you come home. That's what my grandfather used to say to everybody that came to his house. I wish you could be here to see this.
Until the day is night and night becomes the day.
Baby.
You doing okay?
Yeah, I'm hanging in there. How you?
I'm hanging in there.
You know, it's kind of hard not to turn around and talk.
I know, right? But you know, we made up the time, so that's good.
Yeah, we did pretty good. You know, this one over there. There we go. Yeah, I love you. You nervous yet?
Am I nervous?
Yeah, you nervous yet?
No, but I've been tearing up and crying.
Yeah.
Until dear Mother Nature says our work is done. I'll always love you. Until the day that you are leaving. Always love you for a lifetime. Did you know true love lasts for life?
Beautiful. When the couple saw that, the message that I got from them about how it felt like a movie, you know, they can just tell the thought, you know, that was put into it. And even when I started doing it myself, like I said, originally I felt very overwhelmed because I just had so many edits and life was going on. But once I actually sat down and I started thinking back to like how like, you know, beautiful the wedding was, how like close like both families were and both families coming together, how they like had that relationship with each other already. I was just like, dang, like what made me even outsource this wedding? Because it's almost like one of them things where you had to be there. Even like past the part that I just showed you, the ceremony, the on vows were great. When it got to the reception, like they did the dances, of course, but then even like the daughter and the father came out and did like all the like the old school dances. It was like a whole part. The room was actually a DJ, so it was a part that he got behind the turntables and started DJing. And there was also the bride's brother who was an artist. He's a singer. He sung his own songs. The bride got real emotional. I captured all of that. The company didn't use none of that. If you weren't there, you kind of would not have known to really do that. But if you were in the moment, you would have seen, you know, the emotion, and you would have seen, and I'm not going to put that on them 100% because I really didn't tell them to, hey, you know, include, well, I did tell them about him DJing and the father and daughter dancing. But, you know, it was just so many intricate little just like details and parts that happened. I don't think they used the first touch at all in the video they gave me. And that was like a whole moment. And that's one thing that you need to consider when hiring a wedding video editor is that, you know, they were not there. So no matter, you know, what you record, the vibe that you felt when you were there, no matter what you write down and try to tell them, you know, do this, put that in, put that in. If they weren't there, I'm not saying you have to lower your expectations because some people just get it. I'm not trying to hype myself up, but I can look at some footage and like really look at it and my experience in shooting weddings and know like, okay, this looks like it will be good, or this looks like it meant a lot, or this is just dope, or you know what I'm saying? Everybody doesn't have that. You got to kind of remember that the person editing the video was not there, and you got to kind of taper your expectations around that. Definitely be as descriptive as possible as it pertains to what you want down to a T. Because if you think they're just gonna figure it out, or they're just gonna know because your footage looks good, or you know that good things happen, so hey, you know, as long as I put it in a folder, and I'm very detailed. I made it totally easy for the company to find everything because I literally labeled everything that I did. Like I had folders, ceremony, reception, inside the ceremony, angle 1, angle 2, angle 3, inside the reception box, cake cutting, first dances, garner toss, bouquet toss. So I made it so easy for this company to like edit that, you know, if I would have gave it to somebody who really had like a knack and really could feel like, you know, everybody doesn't have it. Like, let's just call a thing a thing. Everybody doesn't have it. Not gonna, like I said, not trying to boost myself up, but I feel like I have it. Like if I have the time to actually look through something, you know, I can do it. And that's another thing that you gotta, you know, really consider, that like the person that you're giving your footage to, no matter if they show you like, hey, this is my work, you don't know who edited that work, because the stuff on their website was beautiful. I don't know who edited that work. I don't even know if they could have downloaded, you know, any type of file from anywhere and just uploaded it. So again, before hiring a wedding video editor, you have to consider the fact that the person was not there. You have to consider the fact that you have to be as descriptive as possible. And you also have to make sure you give yourself enough time if there is some type of error, or if the person just like completely like stunk it up and sucked. Because in my situation, the reason I ended up re-editing it myself was because at this point it had been like the 8-week mark. I had to literally tell the couple like, hey, I'm still working on it, which it was not even started at that point. So I literally went balls to the wall editing this thing, and that was like the most stressful, like probably 3 weeks to a month as an editor for me. But it turned out being beautiful because the couple really enjoyed the wedding film. And also too, I did post that full wedding video on my YouTube channel. So if you want to check that out, I posted it about 2 or 3 days ago. I'll link it up in the card, also in the description, or you can just go to my channel and you'll see it. So that's pretty much all I have for this video. Hiring a wedding video editor may not be all it's cracked up to be for you. Definitely consider all the things that I pointed out in this video before just up and hiring somebody. Even if the person that recommends somebody, or the person that's saying they're editor, are, you know, hyping themselves up or making it seem like they're the greatest thing ever, you know, vet them as hard as you can. Don't just take nobody's word face value before you actually, I can't even say see work because I saw work. I don't really know. Just know that even if it looks good up front, it can still be a gamble. It can still not work out. Definitely don't reach out to anybody at the last minute. Give yourself a little like margin of safety as far as like it going wrong. And even too, I would probably go as far to even letting the couple know, you don't really have to let them know like, hey, I'm recording it and someone else is editing it, but I would definitely pose it in a way to explain that you have a business and that, you know, you are the shooter and that, you know, someone else is the editor. You know, make it sound more organized, because for me, it would have been hard for me to come out and be like, well, you know, sorry to inform you that I had your video edited and they messed it up, so I have to redo it, because I didn't explain that, you know, up front. And that would have been looking a little shady saying that 2 months later. So I really hope this video was very valuable to you guys. If it was valuable, please give it a thumbs up. I would really appreciate it. And again, if you want to see that full wedding that I showed, the one that I redid, that's actually a wonderful wedding film. Go ahead and click that down in the description down below, and I will catch you guys in the next video. Peace out.